Motor Racing Network, Steve Post, continuing on here from the PRI show. We're in the racing electronics display, having a great time talking to racers from all across the racing spectrum. Okay, I've just got to admit this right off the bat. I do NASCAR stuff, sprint car stuff, Legends cars, I do everything. There is one category of racing where I staunchly stay in the category of race fan, and that is dirt late model racing. I love dirt late model racing, but for me, it's buying a ticket, sitting in the grandstands and watching guys like this guy, Ricky Thorton Jr., wheel a race car. Ricky, what is it about dirt late model racing? My gosh, what is it about driving those cars? Because I know just watching them, I'm a huge fan. What is it about these cars?
I mean, they're fast and they're out of control. I feel like it's probably the biggest thing. The competition level is so high, and really the technical side of it, you got to be on the money. Otherwise, you're really not going to be very competitive.
You talk about on the money, 38 wins this year, 33 in a late model. You had 5 in micros as well. Top 3, top 4 in points in a couple of different series. Overall winnings of $1.2 million. That qualify for a dream season for a guy?
It definitely qualifies for a dream season. The crazy part is I've won more races in a single season, but nowhere near the amount of money we won this year. So and really a lot of the big prestige ones were pretty awesome. So overall is, I'd say, a dream season, and just looking forward to the future.
What is it like as a racer? And we know that the owners and the bills and the cars and the drivers and everything costs money. We've seen this explosion, and whether it's World Racing Group, Lucas Oil, Flow Racing, XR Series, what's this been like for you as a racer, being able to capitalize on this and to be able to carve out a living doing what you love to do so much?
Oh, I mean, it's awesome. It's nice being able to show up at the racetrack, know there's a lot of money on the line, and really, even if you have a bad night, there's a lot of money to start the race. So I'd say, like, I owned my own stuff a lot of my career growing up, and now I'm fortunate enough to drive for someone. But at least at the end of the night, that guy's still gonna have enough money to get us to the next race. So it's definitely expensive, but it's nice to have a season like this where you bring in a lot of money, and you see a lot more different people and sponsors want to come on board. So overall for us, it's definitely helped us, and really it just makes it easier for our future.
With all of these opportunities, it's got to be really neat. Now, the other thing I didn't, 38 wins, but 123 starts. Now, you have got to have lost your mind. How do you even schedule and put that together?
I mean, we just kind of run everything we can. So it's actually a little bit crazy. So I'm actually booked up the next 2 weeks. We go to Gateway, and then we go to Tulsa Shootout, and then I got a week off, and I go to Chili Bowl. Then it's like, then our season essentially starts all over, and we're back in Florida for Speed Week. So it's nuts. We race a ton, which, I mean, I got it nice enough. I got a crew chief and 2 crew guys, so it takes a lot of the work away from me. And really, I would say they really don't have a life. We're so focused on making sure our stuff's prepared the way it needs to be that just whenever we go out and race, we know we got the best prepared car there. That way, if something does happen, it's easy to turn it upside down and keep going.
You, as we say, we finished 3rd, 2nd, and 4th in some of the point standings. You won all of these races. You won some big races. Dirt on Dirt named you the driver of the year. It's great to have the trophies. It's obviously great to have the money, and it's great to stand there atop the stage, the Firecracker 100, the Elkhorn 100, Knoxville Late Model Nationals. But also just to get an accolade like that from folks that cover the sport and to get recognized. What does that mean to be recognized by something like that, the Dirt on Dirt Driver of the Year? I
mean, it's pretty awesome. Growing up, I always wanted to be a late model driver, so it's nice that finally I feel like I've worked hard enough and put myself in a position where I finally got noticed. Where I mean, there's a lot of local guys that are just as good as I am or better than I am that just never have that opportunity. So it's pretty cool to finally get noticed for all the hard work, and I'd say probably the biggest thing for me is just making sure we don't go the next year and just really bomb it or something like that. So that way, hopefully, our name's at least in the top 5 come next year.
Okay, so we also mentioned 5 micro wins. Where's the whole micro thing fit into your racing? Because, yeah, you're going to the Tulsa Shootout because you have nothing else going on that week, but you run micros throughout the year. How did you start that? How did that fit in? How does that fit into everything?
Well, it's actually a super funny story. So one of my buddies from racing online and stuff like that was like, hey, my friend's got this extra micro. Do you want to go run? Well, that was 2 years ago at Shootout, and I'm like, yeah, let's go. Well, then I loved it, of course. I'm a freak when it comes to racing, so I'll race anything, anywhere. But so I ended up buying one, and then I ran about 5-6 races last year. Well, then I ended up buying a second one this year, and really I only got about 10 races. And we're so busy on the late model where I really don't have a whole lot of time. But Like I said, I am fortunate enough where my crew guys make sure the car's prepared, ready to go no matter what. So it does give me a little bit of time outside, like if we get a rain out or off weekend or something like that. And I feel like the more I can race, the more I keep learning, the better we can kind of be. And so I mean, just a lot of guys that haven't raced, I'd say, in a month or so, where I feel like we're going to go to the dome and go to shootout and stuff like that. And just, I think the more seat time you can get, the better overall that you're going to be, and the more stuff you learn, the better you can be moving forward. Yeah,
I rolled through this racing stuff for years and years. I'm in North Carolina. I'm in the Concord, North Carolina area, and then Millbridge added these micros, and I've just, and then I'm like, and I'm from Pennsylvania, and everyone's like, well, you're aware of there's micro racing in Pennsylvania. I said, no, I'm not aware of it. Well, come to find out, there's 8 zillion of them there. And then I know Shane Stewart, he has the track there in Tulsa. This is a whole nother world. The micro world is just insane. I just saw that the shootout has 1,500 entries or something stupid like that. This whole micro world is fascinating to me because it is just, it's a whole other world as well.
Oh, it is. And like growing up in Arizona, like there was micros there, but it was nothing to like how it is now. Like I feel like within like the last 5-6 years, like it went from, yeah, they'll have a few hundred cars, and now like there's 1,500 pre-entered. That's like not even the official number yet. So it's nuts how many do it, and like how many people have like a development team to help the young kids try to get to that next step. And I think overall, as long as nothing crazy happens in that world, I think it's going to be here for a while.
Well, you get done with the shootout. You have your off weekend coming up the first weekend of January. Chili Bowl. How are things looking for you for the Chili Bowl? Because you were awful close there last year, that's for sure.
I'm actually super excited. I'm gonna run for Underwood, Ryan Bolt Motorsports, and they, Emerson Axon ran the car that I'm gonna run last year, and he ran 5th in the big show. So it's like I feel like that puts a little pressure on me just because that car ran so well last year. But at the same time, I made the B main last year. I was 2 spots from transferring to the A. So hopefully I can be a little bit better, at least make the show. But I mean, for me, I'm so competitive. I want to go and have a good time, but I really want to run well too. So hopefully we can be super competitive and just see how we line up.
I just thought it was awesome watching your race out there. Late model driver, midget driver, micro driver, I don't even know what to call you anymore. And I'm going to also, and I snoop around on social media, and I'll go to the dad question. I see Asher has a new junior sprint. Do you really think this is a good idea to start your son down this course?
I would say probably not, but I don't know. It's different for me because I always feel like I never had a go-kart or nothing like that growing up, and once I was 14, I got a stock car. So I'm like, well, Asher can't race until he's 6. I'm like, he's 5.5. I was like, I might as well just go ahead and get him a car now. We can start practicing, and then whenever I do have an off weekend, I can take him racing. So I'm like, well, by the time he's 10, if I can take him 5-10 times a year, he might be halfway decent by then. So no, like I said, he'll be 6 later this year, and hopefully we can get him in some races. And my middle child Blaine, he'll be 5 later, or be 5 next year. So it's like I think he's more going to be my racer, but we'll see. If they want to do it, we will. If they don't, I'm not going to hold it against them. We'll just kind of see it and play it by ear.
Well, so you qualified it. You said when I have an off weekend, so you're all right. You've got this thing tamed a little bit by no off weekends as well. Ricky, really cool. I've followed your career, and I've even tweeted you a couple times on social media, and you've tweeted back. Really cool to meet you in person, and thanks for dropping by here and joining us.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate it.
There we go. Ricky Thorton Jr. from the Dirt Late Model world joining us here in the Racing Electronics display at PRI.